This is He News. I am Hu Edwards. Syrian President Ahmed Al-Sharaa has arrived in Moscow for high-level talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin, marking a significant moment in the evolving relationship between Syria and Russia, just over a year after Al-Sharaa led the ouster of Moscow's longtime ally, Bashar al-Assad. The meeting comes as Russia seeks to secure its remaining military presence in Syria, even as Damascus reorients its foreign policy toward the United States and other Western powers. Speaking at a joint news conference ahead of the talks, Al-Sharaa thanked President Putin for what he described as Russia's historic role in supporting Syria's unity and regional stability. Putin, in turn, expressed support for Al-Sharaa's efforts to stabilize the country and congratulated him on progress toward restoring Syria's territorial integrity. The optics of the meeting underscore a dramatic shift. For more than a decade, Putin and Al-Sharaa stood on opposing sides of Syria's brutal civil war. Russia was Assad's most powerful military backer, while Al-Sharaa rose to prominence as a leading figure in the opposition that eventually toppled the former president. Now, both leaders appear focused on pragmatism. Before the talks, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov confirmed that discussions would include the future of Russian troops in Syria. Russia currently maintains forces at two key installations, the Khmeimim Air Base and the Tartus Naval Base, along Syria's Mediterranean coast. These bases are strategically critical for Moscow. Tartus is Russia's only naval facility in the Mediterranean, while Khmeimim anchors its air power projection in the region. Earlier this week, Russia reportedly withdrew from the Komishli airport in northeastern Syria, an area controlled by Kurdish forces. That withdrawal leaves Russia with only its two Mediterranean bases, making them its last remaining military outposts outside the former Soviet Union. Footage published by journalists appeared to show the Komishli base abandoned, highlighting how much Russia's footprint in Syria has already shrunk. Analysts say Moscow had initially feared that Al-Sharaa would move quickly to expel Russian forces altogether. Instead, they have been surprised by his measured approach. According to security experts, Al-Sharaa is engaging Russia not out of ideological alignment, but strategic necessity. Maintaining ties with Moscow offers Damascus leverage as it navigates a complex international landscape. At the same time, Russia has strong incentives to stay, after losing influence in Venezuela earlier this month and facing pressure in other regions. The Kremlin is keen to avoid another geopolitical setback. Syria remains a rare foothold for Russian power projection in the Middle East. Yet one major issue looms over the talks: the fate of Bashar al-Assad. Al-Sharaa has repeatedly requested Assad's extradition from Russia, where the former Syrian president and his wife fled after Damascus fell in late 2024. The Kremlin has not indicated whether it would ever consider handing him over. For Al-Sharaa, justice for victims of Assad's repression is a central promise of his leadership. For Putin, protecting a former ally could be a red line. So far, both sides appear to be carefully sidestepping the issue in public. Meanwhile, Syria's broader foreign policy shift continues. The new leadership in Damascus has openly pursued closer relations with Washington, and the Trump administration has shown cautious willingness to engage. Although tensions recently flared between Syrian government forces and the US-backed Syrian Democratic Forces, American mediation helped broker a ceasefire that is now largely holding. That fragile calm underscores the balancing act facing Al-Sharaa, maintaining working ties with Russia while deepening engagement with the United States, all while keeping Iran's influence in check. As the Moscow talks continue, the outcome may determine not only the future of Russia's military bases in Syria, but also whether former enemies can redefine their relationship in a rapidly shifting Middle East. For now, both leaders are signaling cooperation over confrontation, but the durability of that approach remains an open question. This is He News.